Okay, let's go to Bill Clinton because this is very interesting. Bill Clinton's on a book tour. Yeah, he's on a book tour, and he is making the rounds. And he appeared on. He was interviewed, I think, by Dateline. Okay, where he was asked some questions. Lo and behold, when Bill Clinton's out promoting a book that has nothing to do with him specifically, in fact, it's a fictional book. Unfortunately, he forgot that people are going to ask him questions because the fictional book is about the presidency. It's about a fictional president, and he just so happens to have been a president. So it's going to bring to mind issues regarding his presidency, questions that they wanted to ask. Former President Bill Clinton listens as author James Patterson speaks during an interview about their new novel, The President is Missing. Former President Bill Clinton revisited the controversy over his affair with Monica Lewinsky, saying he does not feel he owes the former White House intern an apology. That's the issue here. He says he didn't. Now I watched the clip, guys. I watched it, and maybe it's a longer clip. I didn't watch. Maybe there's some. You know how they like to shorten clips and give you one opinion, and then you watch it, and it's a whole nother twist to the opinion that you had because now you have more information. Well, that kind of happened with me on another story, so I really don't know if I can formulate an opinion totally on this. But here goes some of the dialogue from the clip that was released. Now, his name is Craig Melvin. Craig Melvin was interviewing Clinton and James Patterson on a show called, what's the name of that show? I forget the name of the show. Okay. It's NBC, though. NBC's Today. That's it. NBC's Today. Not Dateline, NBC's Today. So check this out. Melvin says, I asked if you'd ever apologize, and you said you had. See, Melvin asked Bill Clinton had he ever apologized to Monica Lewinsky in light of the MeToo movement in the current climate in the United States. Clinton says, I have. And Melvin says, you've apologized to her? Clinton says, I apologize to everybody in the world. But you didn't apologize to her. I have not talked to her. I thought it. Do you feel like you owe her an apology? And Clinton says, no, I do not. I've never talked to her, but I did say publicly on more than one occasion that I was sorry. That's very different. The apology was public. Clinton's affair with Lewinsky was uncovered during independent counsel Kenneth Starr's investigation of Clinton's real estate dealings before becoming a president. After they first denied the relationship, Clinton subsequently admitted it. He was accused of obstructing justice, perjury, and impeached by the Republican-led House of Representatives in December of '98. But after a 21-day trial, he was acquitted by the Senate of charges relating to the affair. So now Clinton's on this book tour for a political thriller. He co-wrote with James Patterson titled The President is Missing. And when asked about Monica Lewinsky, he says he doesn't feel he owes her an apology because he's already apologized to the whole country and she's in the country, so that's enough. Bill Clinton. If you did something wrong, why not apologize to the person you wronged? It's what ethical people do. You could have done so privately. I think a private apology would have went a long way. I don't think it's right for us to, I don't think it's right to chastise, or I should say badger, the rest of the country about how we should treat one another when some of our leaders don't have the capacity to treat one another the way that you're badgering that we should treat one another. James Patterson interrupted the questioning by Craig Melvin, saying that this was 20 years ago. Why are we still talking about it? People want to know. It's a relevant question. This is a question that should be asked of Bill Clinton. How could it not be asked of Bill Clinton at this time? You mean Bill Clinton prepared to go on a book tour and he didn't expect anyone to ask him about Monica Lewinsky? Really? That don't make any sense at all to me. It just doesn't. Particularly when every time you turn around, there's something sex related with Donald Trump that's getting major news cycles. It never ends. Okay, so this will never end. Bill Clinton was impeached by the House. It'll never end. Whenever he goes out, people are going to want to ask him about that impeachment process. They're going to ask him about Monica Lewinsky. And frankly, Bill Clinton was caught flat-footed because he had not apologized. Apology is the first step to putting it behind you. Conversation would have probably ended if he just said, yeah, I apologize to her. But he can't say it because he didn't. Because maybe he's not sorry.